doing this French documentary. I don't know if this is, yeah, this is France 3. Oh, okay, we watched that other lady that also watched this same one. Um just starting out, multiple phone calls and repeated faxes. This is when we used to send faxes. And yeah, I mean, look, if you tell me that you want more happiness, freedom, peace of mind, freedom from anxiety, resentment, regret, better health, wealth, whatever, getting to know the meaning of the universe or whatever it is, um, enlightenment, and I have your phone number, and you said that you like, okay, I'm somewhat interested in this. Like, let's find out more. Like, they don't incessantly call. They call 5 times. If they still do the same thing, I don't know if they do. They call 5 times, and two of the times they don't even leave a voicemail. And this is over a period of time. And then, yeah, I guess they send well, emails, yeah, no faxes. And yeah, I mean, look, if you told me you wanted those things, or like you wanted something for your like community or your workplace, like you see how ridiculous things are in a certain situation, and you'd like to not be in that situation anymore. Um, you told me you were interested in these things. Like I'm not gonna just give up on you and call you once and leave one voicemail, especially if you haven't called me back and told me no, I'm not interested. Do you know what I mean? Um, anyway, you can be as skeptical as you want. If you haven't done the form or the advanced course, two best things I've ever done. Um, and I don't work for them. I don't represent them. I don't influence for them. I just this video. Good. It's 51,000 views, and it's like completely inaccurate. So the next guy they're gonna ask, oh, like, so what do you say? You went there, is this a cult? And the guy didn't even say whether he did the full 5 days or not. I don't know, minus Monday. So it's 4 days really. Um, just say 5 days because you get a chance to use what you got out of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday in your real life at your real Monday, and then come back on Tuesday and tell us what what amazing things happen, what extraordinary things happen. Um, and yeah, so the guy's gonna be like, yes, yes, it is a cult because the reason I was motivated, which isn't motivation isn't about landmark or whatsoever. He says the reason I was motivated is because my friends invited me. Okay, so every friend that asks you to go to a movie or a restaurant or anything is now a cult. It's just so ludicrous. So the French interpretation is down at the bottom here.
Il a refusé de venir sur ce plateau et nous le regrettons, bien sûr. Nous trouverons Brigitte
Set, of course. Let's go back to Bridget Teller and Pierre. Who are you? I remind you, former students of Landmark Education, not necessarily if they went. Since both of you attended your workshops, have you also asked yourself the question, cult, not a cult, here? Yes, because that's what motivated me to register for the forum. When I first heard about Landmark, I had two close friends who were doing it. So he registered. We don't know if he actually went through the full 5 days. And we got together and I asked questions. It was never possible to get the least bit of information. You can be as skeptical as you want. You can ask all the questions that you want. I would just ask those questions to someone that can answer them. Like myself, I'm not trained to be able to know how to explain this stuff because you can't explain enlightenment. Like how do you explain happiness? It's just not a you can't do it. So yeah, but if someone was untrained and didn't give you the information that you were looking for, because this person seemingly didn't get the full answer that he was really looking for, um then yeah, that person just didn't, I don't know how to share it. That's like them. That's not representative of the company. Um, but yeah, if you want to know more about the two 5 day courses, the full syllabus is online. We went over a bunch of them in other videos, but just all things that most human beings have in common, like good, bad, right, wrong, true, false. Like people argue all day about everything, like cause of all wars on the planet. And turns out that that stuff is all a sea of opinions. Really what people say when they want the truth is they want reality. They don't want to be I don't know, lied to or exaggerated for personal gain or whatever like that. Um, so yeah, so that's one of the things. Sea of opinions. Another one is how human beings have things happen in their life, generally around 6 years old, around 12 years old, and around 18 years old. And we then make it mean something about how the rest of our life should be. Oh, I'll never date that kind of girl ever again. Um, I'm saying in the future something that like I don't need a 6-year-old telling me how to live my 40-year-old life. You know what I mean? So in any event, those are two of the conversations that they have. It's just 13 different conversations. You just sit there, you don't even have to participate at all other than just listening. I suggest you participate and speak what's on your mind because why would you bottle that up? But yep. Anyway, yeah, I was left way more free to be and act how I want to be than ever before in my entire life. And I kind of tested it. Like, I feel like there's like at least one person I'm thinking of in my life that I was like, am I the one that's crazy? Am I the one that got duped, that bought this course, that thought that this was like the best thing since sliced bread, which it isn't? Just allowed me to be open to lots of other things. And now I'm like involved in lots of other things that have made me more money or, my 12-year marriage or whatever it is. Um, and I don't remember where I was going with this, but I only heard what happens. It's what was said. It's extraordinary. Um, yeah, I mean, like if your friends weren't telling you more about what how exactly it works and the distinctions, then I mean, I can understand that. That's your friends that they don't work for the company. You know what I mean? Anyway. The response, the vocabulary was used was completely incomprehensible. Seems to me that it's the more it's extremely distinct and specific. So I don't think it's incomprehensible. It was incomprehensible to you when you register. I mean, all you said is that you registered. You didn't even say that you like listened on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday evening. Like, it doesn't seem like you did this. And also, you are clearly anonymous. And yeah, Pierre's like a super common French name too. So, but yeah, if there's anything that's incomprehensible, just raise your hand and ask. It's all done on Zoom now. The questions were only racket, a winning formula. We're only a racket. A racket is a persistent complaint. A winning formula is something people use to get ahead in life. Um, when you don't have the keys, you can't detect it. So when you ask for details, it wasn't possible. I mean, I don't know any time that I've ever asked any details and they didn't give me a pretty direct answer. And this is 2003, I want to say. Oh, and they also say check out Voyage au pair de Nouveaux Journey to the Land of the New Gurus. So this is a thing talking about how like gurus try to like say that they have the thing and like there is no one guru at Landmark. They told me do it. You'll see how good it is. Okay. So we've heard from Pierre. Your friends told you to do it because they didn't know how to explain it because you can't explain that stuff. Okay. Let's go speed. We've heard from Pierre, Bridget, as far as you're concerned. It's important for you to know whether Landmark is a cult. I would simply say that my experience tells me, oh, I don't need to speed this. It's a cult because it's a place where you're treated. Okay, so it's not out of your home or wherever you want to do a Zoom call out of. So there's no place anymore. Um, where you're treated like a puppet. I'm more free to be and act how I want than ever before. Or a marionette. As soon as I'm treated like a puppet, like an object, I don't know. It's just all very like, tell me I said X and they said Y. You're just telling me you were treated a certain way, which is not based in reality. I'm not myself anymore. It means someone has power over me. No, again, you're empowered. You have power over yourself. You have agency over yourself, autonomy over yourself. And a lot of times, for the first time since they were 6 years old, did they really feel that real full control and autonomy to do whatever they want. And I get how that can be jarring to me. I woke up, I did the forum, and then like 2 years went by. I didn't do the advanced course. I did the 10 session seminar series. I woke up in the middle of the night after doing the forum, but not the advanced course. And I bust out a piece of paper and a pen and just started scribbling all these things that I was like, I'm in control of these things. Like I just didn't realize. And then I'm like, God has given me a piece of this consciousness and control, or more to say, it's not control. Well, it's control because it's me controlling it. It's not anyone else controlling me. Um, really empowerment or inspiration, like from within type of deal. Um, so it's empowered. You're empowered. No one has power over you. So, I mean, look, I can see how you can come to that realization of like, oh my gosh, like I know this stuff that I have control over things that most people don't. And anyway, the next morning I registered for the advanced questions. I'm like, that stuff in the forum, I don't know what, I don't know. I didn't have all the, I didn't have the conversations memorized. I didn't have my syllabus right in front of me. Because you don't need to take notes. It's just, I experienced it, had a thought about someone in my life, then called that person and took responsibility for something, and then I was free. I was freer than ever before because I was no longer blaming anyone. In that case, it's a cult. In what case? Felt like a puppet or marionette, but can't explain exactly what that means. Mm-mm-mm. On that note, she just keeps on asking the simplest surface. I mean, we were only 2 seconds into the roundtable, but Deputy Mayor of Montreal. You were vice president of the investigating committee on cults in the assembly. Oh, by the way, I mean, not only has the Cult Awareness Network, yep, and the Cult Education Institute both called the forum and the advanced course not a cult, but also I believe it was the New York Times, Condé Nast. It's like so many people were like, I thought it was gonna be, and then I got it, and it wasn't. Anyway. As you heard, Landmark Education says, see, this person hasn't even done it. He's just an expert on cults. And then she's going to take that you classified them as a cult. Okay, this guy classified them as a cult before he even knew what it was. We'll have to check and see if this person has retracted their statement without having investigated it. Okay, you called a cult without investigating. What's your response? I say that Miss McLean must be Pinocchio's little sister, and that little by little she's talking her nose off because obviously she's lying. But precisely what criteria that led you to say it's a cult? It's very strange. Clearly, there's a guru. No, there's I don't know, at least 15, probably more like 30 different people that have been trained for years and years. It's very simple. Clearly there's a group who destabilizes people to enslave them. Um, so cults take you away from your family. The Landmark Forum says go be with your family.
Mais précisément, quels sont les critères qui vous permettent de dire
Slay them. It's to make them subservient, which has been said. You can also see that they make and break the person down so that they can pick up the pieces. No, it's just all things that all humans have in common, and it can be uncomfortable and dismaying to hear something that all humans have in common for the first time. I mean, it's like I every most times I learn new things. No, not most times. A lot of times when I learn new things, I am physically upset and pissed off that I wasn't told that thing when I was a teenager. Like I've gone this whole living this whole life, 30 years, and nobody ever told me this stuff. Like it just feels like a crime to me when I learned things that I didn't know. And then pick up pieces. No, I mean, yeah. First you've learned something, discover something, um, what's the word? But discover something that you don't really like about yourself. Uh, the jarring, I don't remember what the word was that I heard before, but and then you'll find something great about yourself, and then you discover something truly profound. So if you want to call that breaking them down and picking up the pieces, I mean, it's people aren't demeaned and they're left empowered. So I don't know how you can also see that there's a network of money. They're pretty transparent about their money. Um, they make $100 million a year, for 34 years and 93% satisfaction rating. So that's pretty unprecedented statistics. I never heard of any 34-year-old company with 93% satisfaction rating that makes $100 million a year. And they they spend their money in four ways: on staff, on office supplies and telecommunications, which I'm coupling together into one, travel, and real estate. This hasn't been mentioned yet. The ultimate goal is to press its power. No, the ultimate goal is to have people be empowered. It's a very uniquely American idea. And now I think things have really settled down. I know a lot of French people have done the forum, but I think France is I mean, it's over the internet on Zoom now, so it's not like anyone's going anywhere. So how's France gonna censor the internet like that? I don't know. And clean out the students' wallets. No, I mean, look, it's 915 bucks. You look at any other uh weekend course, empowerment course, whatever, it's not comparable because those things are for mostly motivation, maybe empowering yourself, maybe. I can't really speak to much of it, but um and those things are more expensive and they don't deliver all the things that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I mean, I don't know if you know another place that will in 5 days cause people to be happier, healthier, wealthier, wise, free from resentment and regret, free from anxiety and more peace of mind, then please tell me because I've never found any other way. So anyway. So yeah, and then the advanced course $915 as well before discount, both 915 before discount, both 5 days, with Monday off, and it's yeah, 1830 to have what I have is just ridiculous. Now I did a few more courses. I probably spent around 3,000, 3,500, something like that. But that's one time for my entire life, and I haven't done any courses or anything in 10 years. Mm-mm. And by using the students to attempt to earn more, so they're a criteria of a domination, a subordination, and brainwashing. So it's a I forgot about this other sector that feels threatened by Landmark is therapy. Um, and I mean, I left my therapist when I did a bunch of sessions, and then I was like sitting on the couch telling her a story, and then I caught myself and I was like, wait a minute, I'm just telling you stories about my past, and this is a complete waste of my time and money. I mean, I wouldn't have come to that without going to her. So I do appreciate the therapy that I did have. But then I realized that yeah, once you complete any things that are incomplete in the past, like still in your brain or whatever, then I don't think about them anymore, really. And I only think about them and laugh or give them up maybe if I'm really still dealing with it, but not really much of anything anymore. But for those watching, it's far removed from the caricature. They have they have a caricature they have of a cult. It's not a murder sect. It's far from the order of Solar Temple. Why? It's not that far. You still have a group. You have a pyramid structure. I mean, I wouldn't call it a group. I'm on a Zoom call. Does that put me in some kind of a group? I mean, they break out into breakout rooms so I can say some, and it gives more people a chance to speak. Um, but then we go right back into the main room. I'm not grouped into anything, and nor is it a pyramid of anything. Like, all right, so my friend registers for the forum. I don't get a toaster. I don't get money out of that. I don't get a discount for future courses. Like, it's just wild. Okay, so yeah, so therapist, and then I mean, yeah, no, I won't say people have left Scientology and because of the forum. I mean, I would think if you were really committed to your congregation, it would only make you more into Scientology. Like, why not both? I would rather do the forum and Scientology. But then I went to Scientology and then I realized like it's not I don't know. I mean, it depends if you're going there for the congregation, and I don't know. I don't know where the money from each church in Scientology goes, if that's public info. I mean, I know they don't have to pay quite a bit in taxes, so that allows them to buy like multiple jets and stuff. Um, and that's not to make any like therapy out to be a bad thing or useless thing at all. Like it serves its purpose, and we need it in society for people to be able to go to right away. It's just the forum's long term. Scientology worked for a lot of people for a long period of time. Um, and if you're in Scientology or ex-Scientology, like we were talking before about stage nine and how it's like written in notes but not shared until they get more time and money. Um, and I guarantee you whatever was in stage nine is here. There's no way that L. Ron Hubbard didn't pull from other places like philosophy or Buddhism or the Bible or whatever, you know what I mean? So to say um, something came from something else is kind of a mute point. But yeah, even if they, yeah. Anyway, it's owned by the employees, so it's not a pyramid. And then there's a CEO and a president, and then there's a board of directors. So there's no pyramids involved. You have jargon that separates you from your family and society. Um, Jargon, I don't know. I mean, I think everyone has the ability to look up any word that they don't have a meaning with. I don't know. A jargon. I mean, if I want to use words that they use a lot, but I don't like go around speaking about like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a whole conversation on change versus transformation. It's really like a very distinct like in-depth discussion about the English language or whatever language you're taking the forum in. Um Yeah, I wouldn't call it a jargon. I mean, there's all English words. There's no like made up words. Um, yeah, I mean, I see people like, well, what are you talking about? Like they're a little bit, I don't know, it's very powerful language to look at, to compare, not compare, but to look at a persistent complaint that's going on in your life to the racketeers of whatever wherever they were racketeers racketeering, what was it, liquor during Prohibition or stuff like that. Um, and yeah, you could say like, oh, like what's this word racket and racketeer? Like, because I don't know, people don't usually use that word a lot anymore. And and you could say that's a jargon, but like I'm literally defining it for you saying that it's a persistent complaint. So um yeah, I don't know. And it just allows me to go into any organization or any space and see what's missing. Like what service could I provide as a human with two hands, two legs, and be able to like that have something that the whole organization thought was a problem for so long, but no one really spoke it in a way that made a difference, and then I can do that, and then all of a sudden the organization shifts, and that's the power of language. I wouldn't say it separates me from society. I'd say it dramatically allows me to contribute more to society and to my family. It's all compare and despair. Oh, there was this group thing with some guy talking, therefore it's a cult. It's not a religion, it's not a church, so I don't know what else to call it. I missed whatever that was. Influences public opinion, and you still have the element of the money from people that are victims. Yeah, like no one is left to means. Like people see other people go from crying over uh a grape, and then like victim of a grape crying, and then sit down with so much more clarity and peace of mind around that, and not feeling I don't know, just being completely free from that trauma. And people will see that. I'm not saying I saw that, but people online are like, oh, they like made a rape victim like get blamed. And it's like it's not what happened. Responsibility is not blame. Um uh and they're more taking responsibility for the blame, making the graper out to be the bad person and 100% respond, and maybe they were, but when I take that away and I'm responsible for it as a victim, let's say, let me use a real example. So um yeah, just the feeling of like, oh, I can't ask my parents for money, I'm on my own now. Uh at around 20s, probably in college, yeah. And then yeah, that's stopping me from learning a lesson or asking for help or whatever it is. So instead of being like, oh, my mom's a jerk because she won't give me more money, um I could make myself out to be a victim with that. And I'm not comparing myself to a rape victim. What I'm saying is that by giving that up and just being like, oh, I'm the one that was responsible for that 100%, it gives me freedom and power. So I'm left free, and my results in life, as far as income and relationships and my marriage and my parenting and my working with my father-in-law, my relationship with my mom, she's my only parent left, relationship with my brother. Um, so I'm not left demeaned and I'm left empowered. So these great victims are not left demeaned and they are left empowered. So they are actually no longer victim to anything. They are so free. But you say, oh, victims to the landmark forum because they took advantage of people. It's like, no, they're literally like, how can you say that this great victim is now free and then blame a company for charging a really affordable price for that? What influences public opinion is only the storefront. The cults you cited have a religious pretense, which Landmark doesn't. and hide behind that screen. Here, there's no religious element. Thank you. But there's still a doctrine. The basis of Landmark's doctrine essentially rests on a philosophical concept. No, they pull from a lot of places. To say it comes from a one place um is I don't want to say ignorant or arrogant. I'm not trying to talk trash about anybody. What I'm saying is that they pull from Buddhism and 20th century philosophy and all and the Bible and all sorts of places. So how is that a resting on one philosophical con? No, it's resting on the philosophical content of if I give people what they need to win, they can go out and win in their own life. And that's not even the thing. That's just like a result that happens to happen out of it. It's the concept of authenticity. Okay. We're going to teach people to be authentic. Okay, this guy sounds like he might actually like represent them. We'll see that. Yeah, I say people choose to be authentic, be authentic. They're not being taught. It's not like school. So we'll get back to it. Now, with these initial explanations, we return to our immersion back at the forum. Okay, this looks like the end, and the full thing was the land of the new gurus or whatever. Despite what we saw, no one objected. Everyone decided to return. Yeah, you can go see the other video for the rest of that stuff. And no one objected. Everyone decided to return. Yeah, and then you took the camera in and filmed people's private conversations without consent of the forum. Um, so they did some undercover stuff that they should not have published. I mean, whatever. If you want to record the private stuff and never use it, I mean, I guess I can't say you're bad and wrong for that. But like if you're gonna publish it on France 3 and and to be like private and without their permission, I mean, that's just wild. You see how the news channel was out of integrity and the forum was actually completely in it. Integrity, I mean. But this time the session begins with questions that are not necessarily welcomed. No, no, nonsense. Yeah, this is the end of that one. You can see the rest of them. No, the questions are not are welcomed, are addressed, are addressed probably a little bit more succinctly than maybe you're used to. So it seems a little bit weird that someone can answer a question in one sentence, like cults are what cults are, and Landmark is not a cult at any level at all. Cults take you away from your family. Landmark says go be with your family, even as staff. If you are on staff and you are not with your family fully on the same page with everything, I mean, I over exaggerate a little bit there, but like fully complete with them and don't have any issues with any of them and they don't have any issues with you. I mean that's integrity. That's that to be like arguing with your family or like complaining that you don't have. I mean, I get it. Like staff members work long hours and they sometimes leave because they're unhealthy. And that shows you. That's because that's out of integrity for someone to be working long hours if they don't like that, right? If it's satisfying for them, that's different. And if they're leaving because they're unhealthy, that's because they didn't. I mean, to be straight, we've been lied to for a number of years about health and nutrition, etc. But the real deal is that that doesn't have integrity, and you shouldn't be working there if your health is declining. You should to go ahead and take care of your health first, and don't blame a company for why your health isn't where you want it to be. Um, anyway, hope this video finds you well. Hope you're having the best day ever. Peace and love. This is Metroid. Link it below. Bye bye.